An affair, a TikTok star, and a $1.75 million verdict that nearly ended with a fight outside the Durham County Courthouse. That was not the fight. That was the joy inside the courtroom. We're talking about the case of North Carolina TikToker Brene Montague. She was sued by her now husband's ex-wife. Tonight, a jury found Montague liable for destroying the couple's marriage. WR's Eric Miller was in court and has the story.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer, coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brene Montague, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then-husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brene and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montague claimed Brene used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a two-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brene Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
What a big fat lie. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. This is Brene of North Carolina, a really big TikToker that was wilding around with this other woman's husband, sleeping with her husband in their house, being very deceptive, according to the ex-wife, coming around befriending her, then using everything the wife told her to seduce her husband. On top of that, she was married to his cousin, and she really only did that to stay around him and get closer to him, started doing this double date mess with her ex-husband, him, and his wife and mother of his children, showing up with short clothes on, her big old behind hanging out, or showing up not wearing undergarments, which should be a crime for people like this. I mean, when I first saw this woman, I had no clue what was going on with her. I was thinking maybe she's pregnant or something. But no, that's really her. And I'm sorry, when it's set up like that, there's never an appropriate time that this woman should get online or go anywhere or be seen in public by anybody without the proper support on. I just don't get it. But she somehow seduced this low-value loser, broke up his relationship with his ex-wife and the mother of his kids, and now a very old law in North Carolina was used to punish Brene for her role in this situation. She was sued for $3 million, but the judge ordered her to pay $1.75 million, making it the third largest award in the state for this type of case. It's one big old soppy mess going on, featuring Brene, Tim, and his ex-wife Akira. When I call it a Young and the Restless episode or a Passions episode, I'm not joking. It really is. This is probably the messiest, sloppiest foolishness I've heard in a long time, and this story is all over TikTok, and not just the local news, but the national news programs, they're covering it too. It's got all these twists and turns, and then a $1.75 million judgment on top of it. It's a lot going on here, folks. We're about to pull back the curtain, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Make sure you select all so you never miss a new video. And if you're watching from the beautiful state of North Carolina, drop North Carolina below in the comments. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Brene Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brene's own TikToks and texts.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brene Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
Oh yeah, and she's still being super defiant. After all she's done, from slithering her behind into these people's marriage while she was still married to his cousin. Both of them very low-down people. She was violent towards Akira's grandmother and Akira, harassing her. I mean, it was all revealed in court what type of person Brene is. She's a whole witch. Very nasty. It was her nasty attitude and behavior that made it impossible for anybody on the jury to like her. And nobody believed her or Tim. It was really bad. Low-down Tim came to court as her witness. After all, now he's supposedly her husband. Really bad. But after all that, she and her mama got on social media telling everybody Akira won't get a dime from her. But I got big news for Big Brene, not the little one. You the big boss B, right, Brene? Well, you better get ready to cough up those big bucks. Because nothing is going to get you out of this lawsuit. The most she could do is appeal, and she's not going to be successful there either. So there's nothing to do but pay this woman. And bankruptcy can't even save you. We're talking about the type of judgment that can't be wiped out even through bankruptcy. So run around talking about you not about to pay somebody, you're setting yourself up for more disaster. But yeah, Brene, who's now married to this loser, said he was worth it. And that was a part of my second set of thoughts. I hope it was worth it. Worth $1.75 million. That's a lot of money to pay for somebody else's man. You know, these Jezebels are used to getting somebody's leftovers for free, but to have to pay $1.75 million for it? Geesh, Brene.
A modern-day Montague feud gone viral.
And it was nothing but lies.
North Carolina TikToker Brene Kennard ordered to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable for having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague, characterized under North Carolina law as criminal conversation and alienation of affection. Montague's ex-wife, Akira, suing Kennard for her deliberate interference in the marriage, including wrongful and malicious acts.
What's up, y'all?
Saying in a court filing, Kennard engaged in behavior designed to seduce him, like wearing very short skirts and twirling her hair in a flirtatious manner. The plaintiff's attorneys presented evidence, including sexual videos and texts, a video of Kennard dancing in the couple's home, and another video of her saying she cannot wait to be Mrs. Montague.
And look at her, just smothering him. It's hard not to be totally disgusted. But you Jezebels who like to mess around with other women's husbands, when they're married and you work in cahoots with him to finish destroying the marriage, especially when children are involved, it's a special place designed for both of you. Because no doubt about it, he's already going first class. But you booked a ticket for yourself to go right along with them. You'll be sitting right beside him. And then here's another trick. I see it all the time. They went and got married to try to legitimize this messy relationship after she played games along with him to destroy his marriage with his wife and break up his whole family. I'm telling you, women who engage in mess like this, you will have to pay too, not just the man. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to get his, but it's not going to be happily ever after for you either. I mean, now she's married to him. So this $1.75 million judgment, it's going to haunt both of them as long as they're married. It's just a whole mess. But I have to say, they need to pick this all back up everywhere. If Jezebels also had to be liable for their role in an affair, we wouldn't see a lot of this mess going on at all. You have way too many women getting involved with men they know are married with children, overlooking all of that to try to win some silly competition with his wife. It's very disgusting and disrespectful. And you have some people saying, what about the man? Well, we already have the laws in court for that. It's called family court, divorce court. But alienation of affection is only left in a handful of states around the country. It's only still recognized as a legal claim in a few states, North Carolina being one of 7. A law that was placed back in the spotlight 15 years ago when American Idol star Fantasia Barrino was slammed with a lawsuit by her second baby daddy's wife. Another loser even got pregnant by him, had his baby. And it was the worst time of Fantasia's life. She ended up getting a lot of sympathy at that time because she tried to take herself out. Yeah, people forget how out of order she was because she changed her life around and she could sing that gospel music real good. But listen, I love Fantasia's talent. You can never deny that. But I still have to admit, she was out of order for that. She got involved with a married man, was sued by his wife, and still continued to sleep with that man after the lawsuit was filed. She got pregnant by him 8 months later. It was certainly out of order. No doubt about it. And Brene is even worse. Brene is thinking by getting him to marry her is going to erase how all this came about. And I'm sorry, when you have a wife involved and children, you can't erase that. That's why I always tell young women to leave married men alone. I don't care what he told you. It's called a lie. And if you go along with that lie that many of you deep down know inside is a lie, and you just don't care, if you go along with that, you're going to pay for it too. Now, you're not likely to get hit with a $1.75 million judgment. No, it's not likely to come in that form. But I'm telling you, you will pay for it. Most relationships like this eventually fail, and you're going to find yourself in the same situation as the first wife. But when you go through it, nobody's going to listen to you. Everybody's going to just laugh at you because they believe you deserve it. Hey, it's just a warning. You're not about to run off in the sunset like some Disney movie. There are consequences for this type of behavior. The man, he'll pay. We have thousands of stories to show you how they turn out. But the woman, she will also be judged for her role too. And it won't be pretty. So I advise you get your own man, save yourself the headache and the heartache. It's never worth it. Then look at the guys they tussle over. Super low quality, no respect, no integrity. Even if you want to leave your wife and break up your family and children, this is not the way to do it. You don't go involve in another woman. It's very low down, dirty, and nasty. But look at who they sacrificed for. This guy is super low value, super low quality, didn't even have a place to stay. That's the first red flag. So he's an opportunist too. Couldn't take care of himself, but he added a wife and children to that equation. A horrible decision maker, super incompetent. But these are the guys they lay down with. And they already saw their bad character. Red flags everywhere. But their own selfishness caused them to ignore them, just to get what they want. Well, I'm telling you, you really don't want what you're signing up for. Soon you'll find out what that is. And just like Renee, you too will become the star of your own version of the stories.
They argued the TikToker, who had millions of followers, flaunted their relationship on social media.
Hi, guys.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
Akira Montague saying as a result of Kennard's actions, she has suffered humiliation, mental and emotional anguish, and injury to her health, adding their actions deprived their 2 young children of a 2-parent household.
And look at these clowns, all on TikTok dancing, trying to rub it in the lady's face. Think about it. This is what the jury saw, and they didn't like it. No shame whatsoever.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
But Kennard argues she had Montague's consent.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
Kennard now calling herself Mrs. Montague, saying the couple are married, though NBC News couldn't find any legal documentation supporting that claim. She tells NBC News in a statement, the verdict wasn't fair at all. I fought the lies for 8 days and the jury sought sympathy, not facts, adding it's not over until God says it's over. Tim Montague adding about the TikToker, my wife had no fair shot, especially when defending herself against an entire team of attorneys. As for that $1.75 million payday,
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
All right, Maggie joins us now. Maggie, sorry, we were sort of glued to the monitors there. This one's a strange one.
Fair.
Let's back up. You mentioned this is a North Carolina law, but there are other states where people can sue over infidelity?
Yeah, Tom, that's actually true. And for people sitting at home thinking, hold on, you can be sued for having an affair, the answer is yes, indeed. This is a thing. In fact, in a handful of states, including Utah, New Mexico, and Mississippi. And North Carolina, for its part, has actually seen multiple cases, including back in 2021. There was one involving a state senator that was settled out of court. And then back in 2011, a kind of infamous payday, there was one of these cases where a woman was ordered to pay $30 million for wrecking a marriage.
30 million. Wow.
$30 million.
That's crazy. Imagine having to pay $30 million because you wanted somebody else's man. Even if you never pay the full amount, that debt follows you for life. They can take your assets, garnish your checks, keep you chained to it forever. They call it the homewrecker law, but honestly, it should be called the low self-esteem law. Women like this love to act like they're confident while running on fumes of insecurity. It's fake confidence hiding low self-esteem, and everyone can see it. In this case with Renee, she's looking like a complete fool out here. Still smothering this guy because when you're dealing with somebody like this, considering the way she got him, she's always worrying that he's going to cheat on her too, like he did with his wife. So she's going to continue to smother this lowlife. This whole story is absolutely crazy. The history between these two, her marriage to his cousin, she's got a twin sister and it's a lot of weird stuff going on there too. Then her mama, I mean, when you have women like this anyway, you know where they got that behavior from. But her mama is all in this with her too, allegedly harassing the ex-wife. Very low value Dollar Tree thought bucket behavior. And then I hear they're crispy catfish Christians too. They're the worst, by the way. Fake Christians running around like this? I can't. It's disgusting. But let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this mess below. Gotta send a shout out to our brother Clarence. I appreciate you, Clarence, for all of your support for the channel, as well as our brother Dark Power. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.